To be fair, it's I cannot say inconsistency, because when you finish top 5 you have to be consistent. If not, you cannot finish. We were 4 points from promotion, so I would say that the word inconsistency is not really accurate, because I think the team was quite consistency to be able to finish on the top 5. I would say is that in the period that we didn't win as much as before, was a period that we played 3 matches away in a row almost, in Daklak, in Binfuk, difficult pitches to play, with very poor conditions to play football, but obviously for our players reduce a little bit our quality as a team, because we like to play with the ball, we like to use the ball to score goals, and obviously the surface of the pitch has a very high importance in how we play, and of course in those matches where we had a lot of difficulties to play, because the opponent also defend well, they use their capabilities in their home to get the result they wanted, but even like that I don't think we almost didn't lose any game in that stretch. I think 4 draws and only this time. So I would say that in a football season you always have moments where you win many games. Hopefully if the team is good you win many games, and then there is a period where you don't win as much. It's quite normal, and consider that we have a team of 19.9 average age. It's I would say that even more predictable to happen. But I will not say inconsistent, because they were very consistent during the whole season. That's the reason why we score 40 goals, we make 38 points, and we finish in the top 5. Just we have to expect that here in this competition, V.League 2, there is a lot of teams when they play at home they are strong, and also the pitches where they play is not beneficial for our style of play. Well, so many, not really. We conceded only 4. Only 4 goals we conceded. I would say that the lack of maturity of the players also plays a big role in this moment. Obviously, they are very inexperienced. Our players is 90% of all the squad is playing V.League 2 for the first time, and they still don't know how to control their emotions in the difficult moments. The opponents, of course, they are more mature than us in terms of match experience, and sometimes in these key moments is the last minutes of the game, they are key. It's important the players to have a little bit more calm, to be more calm, more confident, and obviously you can only improve that when you play football, right? So our players, they need to play a lot of matches to improve these aspects. We cannot accelerate this process through training, it's impossible. We cannot improve the players to the training sessions. Only when they play these professional games in V.League 2 or V.League 1 in the future, we hope they can get better. And I think that was also a great experience for them in the first season they play professional football, to understand that in the football match, until the referee blow the whistle, everything is possible to happen. At the same time, we also come back here in one game, I remember against Kante, we are losing 1-0 and we score 2 goals in the final 5 minutes. So this type of matches make the players better, and I think they learn a lot from this experience, and I'm sure in the further season, next season, these mistakes will be less and less, but they still need time and more game time to improve. Of course, that's the project of Hiến. In the beginning of the season, when we make this team, we make with the main objective is to do what no one is doing in Vietnam, is to give game time for the young talent, players who have talent, but they are still young, to play professional football. Because if they don't have that, they take 4, 5, 6, 7 years to arrive in V.League 1, and then they play V.League 1 already with 24 or 23 or 25 years old, and it's already late. And this doesn't help the Vietnamese national team. What we are doing is, I would say, it's what no one has the courage to do in Vietnam, and I think this season we prove that you can use young players even without experience, even they are immature, even they are playing for the first time, but if you have a good training methodology, if you have a good game philosophy, if you work well, and if you are professional, you still can get the results even with such a young team. And this is what we were trying to prove: give game time for the players to learn and to accelerate their process of maturation, and at the same time to prove that the talent don't have age. If the player is good, even if he's 18, 17, 19 like our players, they still can perform and they still can play against any team. And if you look carefully, the games against the top teams, we only lost one against Police, and the remaining games we win almost every game and draw one. So which means against the best teams we could perform with such a young team. That shows again that we don't have experience, but we have talent, and you need to be brave and you need to have courage to play with such a young talents. But you need to do that not just for Hiến. More clubs have to have the courage to do that to improve Vietnamese football. How to say about capacity, many, but it's not just the capacity, it's about which you have to ask where is the proper environment for them to go to V.League 1. That's fundamental. Which place they can play and they can continue developing themselves. Now, if to play many, half of my team can play in V.League 1 already, all the players. Maybe they have to be mixed with older players, but half of my team can play in V.League 1. They have the capacity, and we proved, because in V.League 2 there is, for me, in V.League 2 teams better than in V.League 1. In my opinion, if you take the foreign players from V.League 1, there is a lot of talent in V.League 2, even players with 23, 24 years old with really good quality, and our players compete very well against everyone. So I would say many of them, not just Nyan, but it's key to know which environment they can go, which club they can go, which training methods they will have to continue developing themselves to play well. And Nyan, of course, is a great example of a boy who is very humble to learn and to improve. And this is what he's doing. He's working hard, learning, improving here at PVF with the proper conditions, because we provide the good conditions for the players to improve. And that's why, with his work ethics, with his talent, he's being successful this season. We hope he can continue. No, it again depends of the coaching staff in charge of the club, how they help the players to integrate. There is a lot of factors that can combine for the success or not of the player. Our players, because the way we practice at PVF, our players are ready to play in counter-attack, they are ready to play in possession, they are ready to press high, they are ready to defend low, because we practice everything. We give them all the tools for them to perform, and then of course we impose a certain style more than other. But in certain moments of the game we have to defend low and we have to play counter-attack. We already did that this season. We scored actually a lot of goals in fast attack because we practice that. So of course our players, if they go to play in a team who plays counter-attack, they can do it. But for me, in my opinion, is much more beneficial if they can integrate a team where is a team offensive, who can score goals, who attack more than defend. That will be much more beneficial for them, because this is how they have been playing in the last years.